Oh boy, y'all see the title, y'all see what's going on, man. This is going to be an amazing video. You might want to watch this one all the way through. But before we get into it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. And salute and love to them beautiful patriots around the world. In this corrupt scam matrix that we live in, man, we are in some dark times. And we don't know what to expect next. We are in the biggest history yet. Prayers for October. Prayers to you guys and your family. Prayers for Trump in the comment section as well. Prayers for him, his family, his protection, his campaign, his team. Because again, man, it's very, very corrupt. And we know what we're against. We are not against a candidate. We are against a machine. You know, lady can't complete a sentence, can't go off script, can't answer a question. You know, the biggest question, the toughest questions, they say. Do you have a plan? She doesn't have a plan. I grew up in the middle class. When you ask about the border, I was a prosecutor. You know, puppets, man. And people are actually clapping for these puppets. You know. And we know the liberals. We know the Trump deranged stage 4. Trump has hurt their feelings. You know. Bad man, orange man, he's hurt their feelings. Stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome, you know. But again, we see the different set of leaderships, man. And this woman should be far, far away from a White House. Didn't earn it, not one single vote. Unqualified. Worst approval rating, most unpopular. But we've allowed the media to fool us and build this candidate. She isn't a presidential candidate, y'all. You know? But they got Hollywood and the media on their side. It's corrupt, man. And a lot of people are waking up and seeing what's going on. Anti-Trumpers, never Trumpers, lifelong Democrats are on the Trump train. He is skyrocketing with Hispanics in the black vote. The tide is turning, man. But we got an amazing video. Tons of you guys sent to me. I will leave the original link in the description box down below. Huge shout out to this amazing upcoming creator. Y'all know I love supporting people, man. I love supporting creators and anybody I can support, man. Families, veterans, you know, people that are struggling. We love supporting people, man. So huge shout out to this creator. Asking crucial swing state voters who are they voting for, and we are in Pennsylvania. And y'all know Pennsylvania is pretty big, man. What Kamala say? My values haven't changed. Fracking. I don't see how anybody is clapping for these puppets, man. Her and Tampon Tim, and I can't wait for this vice presidential debate, man, in a couple hours. Y'all be there. We're gonna be covering that as well. But let's go and jump in. Make sure y'all again hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and share this video. I feel like this is gonna be an amazing video because again, my beautiful family members on the channel sent this to me. And again, huge shout out to this creator. I will leave the original link in the description box down below, man. Let's go and jump in, y'all.
I think inflation is a huge concern personally.
There's over millions of illegal immigrants in our country that has no green card, no nothing.
I'd never vote. It's just putting another thief in office.
Well, you had somebody in there for 4 years and didn't do a damn thing.
I've known the man for 30 years. He's a scoundrel and a criminal, and he's been that way ever since he was in New York.
I mean, I really don't see much enthusiasm around for Kamala.
Y de muchos de los hispánicos, latinos, van por Trump.
I think both parties are the same. It's just corporations that run the show. Whatever they want, what they get.
Everything's so expensive, how we're all going downhill.
I hate Donald Trump, and I think her
I want a good economy. I don't want to spend more at the grocery store. And
I think if Trump gets back in, all hell will break loose.
What happened? The United States went to hell.
Hell is breaking loose right now. And he's on the beach. He went to another vacation. He dropped his snow cone on the floor. He was as sharp as a tack. So what she told us, what they told us. It's a cheap fake, a deep fake. I feel like in this one, y'all, the Trump voters will, you know, will have ideas, and they know the problems and issues, and then why they're voting for Trump, and what Kamala people still don't know. And hopefully we don't get a voter saying that I'm only voting for her because she's a woman or she's so-called black. Even if she's black or not black, I don't care, y'all. Is she qualified? And from seeing her in public, you know, in the public, the interviews, you know, the debate, you know, she doesn't seem presidential to me, you guys. She seems very unfit. You know, and I think the more interviews and stuff that she does now, it just makes her look worse and it brings a huger win for Trump. And I believe it's going to be too big to rig. Too big to rig, man. Change of leadership. Because again, Project 2025 isn't a Trump's presidency. All these lies and brainwashing that they're doing now. Dictator on day one, threat to democracy, threat to our corrupt system, threat to our democracy. Constitutional republic, man. But again, Trump has hurt a lot of people's feelings, and people are, you know, it has to be facts over emotions, facts over feelings, you know. But Trump has hurt people's feelings, and they just can't get over it, sadly. You know, the tweets, you know, but again, he's real. He's authentic. He isn't a puppet. You can't just push him and shove him around, tell him what to do. Sounds like a president to me.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Alessi. If you're new to the channel, this is a documentary lifestyle channel with a focus on telling the stories of real people, an alternative to the mainstream media. Today, I am in Easton, Pennsylvania, as you can see. And the reason I'm here is because, as you know, we have an election coming up, and Pennsylvania is one of the few swing states. And this county in particular in Pennsylvania, Northampton, is one of the most important counties to win in order to win the state of Pennsylvania. The last few years, it has been won by the slightest margin. And the history goes for Northampton County that whoever ends up winning this county has ended up winning the election since 1948. You can go check that yourself. So I'm excited today to talk to the people to see where they stand, if they stand with Harris or if they stand with Trump. And with the election in a few weeks, it should be very interesting. So if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the video.
Oh boy.
All right, who are you voting for this next election?
I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Okay, and why?
I think it's imperative. I think that women need the rights for reproductive health.
Yeah. We already starting it off for one, yeah. Again, women. Shout out to all our beautiful women that are watching. Our mothers, we love you. Our grandmothers, our elderly. Shout out to all the beautiful women watching today's video. You know, but we know this was, again, y'all know what's coming, man, and I can already see the comments now. Reproductive rights.
And I just can't stand Trump.
Yeah. What about Trump can't you stand?
Trump deranged. Yeah, she hates Trump. We're gonna get these Trump haters in there. We already know how this rock and roll.
His rhetoric is unacceptable. I do not trust him. I'm not confident in the decisions that he makes and how truthful he is.
And then in terms of, if we remove rhetoric, because I think both sides, there's a lot of like polarizing speech that takes place, and you just look at a policy standpoint, what is the number one policy concern for you?
Reproductive rights.
Reproductive rights. And then in terms of the last 4 years of Biden compared to the last 4 years of Trump, is there anything that stands out exactly that's impacted you personally?
Impacted me personally. That's hard because not everything trickles down, you know. I think inflation is a huge concern personally. I think housing is a huge concern personally. How much is on the market and the increase of rates and the increase of interest rates. So I guess personally that's what has affected me. Student loans as well.
Yeah.
You know, as a young professional.
And then so when it comes to this next election, those are some of the big concerns for you when you make that decision, when you go into the polls that day.
Yeah.
About who's gonna bring that down and who will make that decision.
Yep.
And then in terms of your sources of where you get your news, where do you go for?
Sadly, I'm like a young person and use a lot of social media, but I also use a lot of local news outlets as well.
Yeah, and in terms of social media, like what social media sources?
TikTok and Instagram. Facebook, I'm kind of hesitant on just the mass amount of things and what's truthful and what's not. But I guess TikTok would be the same way as well. So a lot of social media sources.
Sorry, I was gonna say,
okay.
Is it like talking heads? Like, is there specific individuals you listen to more?
Yeah, I listen to the Under the Desk news, as well as more like local people. Our local NPR affiliate and Lehigh Valley News are important to me.
Who are you voting for this next election? Why?
She's for the people.
And Trump?
Trump.
Go Trump! Trump supporter right here.
Why are you voting for him?
For one, he's going to secure our border. There's over millions of illegal immigrants in our country that has no green card, no nothing. That's why.
Yeah.
And in terms
Kamala opened the border.
Camilla, y'all. Oh man.
Which caused all these people in our countries. We're not even making them as much as them. They're building buildings for these immigrants to live and to pay a certain amount of rent. You get what I'm saying?
In terms of number one policy, what is your number one concern outside of that?
Just for Americans to live successful without struggle is my biggest thing.
Did you vote for Trump in the last election?
Yes, I did. And I'm gonna vote for him this election too.
Knowing that Northampton is one of the most important counties to winning the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Trump flies into AB every year.
Have you noticed a change in people and what they're voting for?
Absolutely.
Who
Everything.
exactly? Friends, family? Did they vote for Biden last administration? Now they're going Trump?
No.
What have you noticed trend-wise?
No. When they didn't vote for they didn't vote for Biden, but unfortunately Biden won. And good for him, whatever. But as you can see, Biden got pulled out. And then they pulled Kamala in for him because obviously he wasn't a good candidate.
Yeah, he was defeated. Yeah, he blew the motor in the transmission on live in front of everybody on the world stage. Yeah, he blew the motor and the transmission. Shot it. You know, dropped his snow cone, his slushy all on the floor. And Nancy walked in there with them box wines. Big Mike came in there smiling. And Hillary, the Clintons came in there smiling and giggling. She came in there with that bottle of hot sauce that she carried around in 2016. And, they said, hey, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. But we are defeated. And we cannot let Trump back in here. Sorry. But we got to get you gone, buddy. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, and we will send you on another vacation if you make this easy for us.
He wasn't mentally there for us, so that kind of hurt us. But at the end of the day, it's Trump.
It's Trump.
It's Trump all the way.
And then in terms of this area in particular, have you noticed like an uptick in people going for Trump? Or an uptick in people going for Kamala?
If you walk around, you'll see a bunch of Trump flags in our neighborhoods.
And was that like that
Especially
before
uptown.
or no?
No, actually, it's ever since Biden was falling asleep on the podium. That's when it all happened.
Who are you voting for?
Linda Lovelace.
Who's that?
I don't vote for anybody.
You don't?
No. If I would vote for anybody, Linda Lovelace. You're too old to remember that.
And then how come?
She made the movie Deep Throat.
Okay, and in this election, you're not going to vote for anybody?
I'd never vote. It's just putting another thief in office.
So who are you voting for this next election?
Oh, there's only one guy running, Trump.
Yeah, why is that?
Shout out to them hard workers, man. Shout out to the workers, man. Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to the ones, man. I'm telling you, we already know, man.
Because he's going to fix the country. We had somebody in there for 4 years and didn't do a damn thing. So we need to get it back. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Is there one policy that stands out to you that you're most
border.
What about the border?
The border. So
it's overrun. I mean, you know, it's chaos at the border. Yeah.
And in terms of the last 4 years of Biden compared to the last 4 years of Trump, what things stand out to you as like, this is a concern outside the border?
Outside the border, the economy. You know, prices, the food prices, the gasoline prices. I can go on. There's all kinds of, you know, I don't know. That's what I think.
No, yeah. In terms of like when you get your media sources, where do you go to get informed?
I go all over. I watch a little bit of this. I watch a little bit of that. I watch both sides, not just one. See, some people do that, but I watch them both.
I got it. And then in terms of Northampton County, I don't know if you know this, but it's one of the most consequential counties in terms of the swing state of Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And the last election, Biden won it, previous was Trump. And whoever ends up winning this election has been, since 1948, has predicted the presidency. How do you feel about Northampton County? Do you notice more people feeling more angry about the current administration flipping to Trump, or vice versa?
No, I think a lot of people are angry, but like I said, you know, I hope the Republicans come out and vote. That's what we need.
Who are you voting for in the next election?
Kamala Harris.
How come?
I'm registered Democrat, and I think I agree with her policies.
What's the #1 policy for you?
Not having Trump.
So you just do not want Trump. What about Trump do you not like?
There's nothing I like about him. I've known the man for 30 years. He's a scoundrel and a criminal, and he's been that way ever since he was in New York.
And in terms of criminal behavior, what criminal behavior are you referring to?
Well, let's just stick with what he's been convicted of. Sexual harassment and defrauding the state of New York, misrepresenting the value of his properties, that kind of thing.
And then in terms of the last 4 years of Biden compared to the last...
He's Trump deranged, y'all. Yeah, Trump hurt his feelings, man. Poor guy. You know, he can't name one thing for the on policy. Just Trump, bad man. Trump, bad man. I hate Trump. I'm anti-Trump.
Last 4 years of Trump, has it been better under Biden, or was it better under Trump for you?
Better under Biden.
It was better under Biden? What about it?
The consistency of his foreign policy, the fact that he's widely respected by the military, and
oh man, boy, has this fella seen what is taking place? You know, but this would being Trump deranged will do to you. You know, and once it's stage 4, there's no coming back.
foreign dignitaries, Trump's kind of a laughingstock around the country, around the nation, around the world.
And then in terms of the economy, just because right now it's like at a rock bottom, inflation's all the way up, does that not worry you?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
And in terms of the next 4 years, that won't be a policy that you're worried about. It's more a foreign policy?
I'm concerned about
he doesn't know.
Sustaining our democracy as it stands now.
Democracy.
I don't think that Trump's policies are good for the nation or our future.
And despite gas prices going up, the cost of groceries, you're not?
They're incidental to me.
Okay.
Inflation's good.
Okay. Who are you voting for this next election?
Trump.
Why?
Because he's better for business, better for less taxes.
Who would you vote for in the previous election?
Trump.
Trump. Northampton being one of the most important counties to winning the state of Pennsylvania, what are you noticing? Are you noticing more people become Trump supporters, more people backing Kamala? What is your insight to that?
Definitely a lot more people with Trump signs and everything, right? And, you know, I see a Trump store somewhere on William Penn Highway or somewhere. But, I mean, I really don't see much enthusiasm around for Kamala. I mean, I guess, you know, she has a lot of rich money and, you know, a lot of the celebrities are with her and the politicians, the media. But as far as the individual people, I don't know too many voting for Kamala.
What would be the #1 concern for you? Why are you voting for Trump specifically?
I just think he has a better handle on things, you know, in terms of the daily, you know, things we all face, like inflation and the economy and immigration.
And is there anything about Kamala that stands out that you would even consider voting for? Does she show any, demonstrate anything?
I mean, she's a smart woman. She, with the position she's had as a politician, DA in California and everything else, she's just very liberal, and she just seems to have her focus not really on our day-to-day lives with inflation, and she could have done a lot more than she did. Even with immigration. Not that I'm against immigration, but just the way it was kind of handled wasn't right. I don't think.
Who are you guys voting for?
Right now, probably Trump.
Why?
I think is probably the best president.
Is there something in particular that stands out about him? Did you vote in the last election?
Yeah.
And who'd you vote for?
On the last one, I voted for Biden, but I think it's not the same.
Why is it not the same?
Oh man, we got one of those ones that one of them Biden voters and went over to Trump. Again, as I told y'all, it's a lot of people, a lot of the tide is turning for a lot of people. But at first, this fella was kind of like sound like he been sipping. We don't believe if he voted or not. Took him a little long time to get it out. Poor fella, did he actually vote or he just lying for the camera?
Probably he messed up the country basically, doing not the correct things. So
he went on vacation.
I prefer Trump.
Was there a reason why you didn't vote for Trump in the last election?
Yeah, probably the changes.
What changes did Trump do that made you angry or frustrated that you didn't want to vote for him in 2020?
I don't even know. I don't remember that. So.
Got it. But this time around, you're going for Trump.
Yeah.
And then you? Oh, ¿quién van a votar? ¿Para quién?
Oh, Trump.
¿Trump? ¿Por qué?
La estabilidad mejor.
No, para ti. ¿Tú votar para Biden o no?
No.
¿Fue Trump otra vez?
Trump.
Y de muchos de los hispánicos latinos van por Trump.
Todo caso.
¿Por qué?
No sé.
Again, man, make sure y'all go down below and show my man some love, man. This is the content that we need out, man. He done switched up. He done switched up the language and everything, man. You gotta know your thing on, huh? You got to know it, yeah. Got to know it, man. But I'm telling y'all, with the Hispanics, with blacks, the tide is turning, y'all. With Gen Z, people that voted Biden last go round, it's on the Trump train, man. They see what's going on. They see how corrupt it is, man.
La economía mejor.
¿Tan mejor?
Sí, claro.
Wow. Who are you voting for in this next election?
Apolitical.
How come?
Nothing. I don't really like either of the candidates, and none of the independent parties will get traction. It's my right to vote. It's also my right not to. So,
if you had like a gun to your head and you had to vote for one,
guess I'm dying.
And then in terms of the policy concern, what is the number one policy concern for you?
At least for me, it comes down to when talking about other foreign affairs as well as domestic, no one has really come through with anything that kind of aligns with things that I want to. Because I'm not really a right-leaning, I'm not really a left-leaning. I just believe in certain things I like to believe in, so.
And then if you had to see just in terms of this county of where it's going, the trajectory, did you vote the last election?
No.
Similar reasons. And then in terms of what's going on right now, inflation being very high, interest rates being very high, does those things cause a concern to you at all? That if they keep going?
I mean, absolutely. And for me, I think a lot of times in politics, it just kind of comes down to people either wanting this and wanting that and not really sticking to what they want. And sometimes it just kind of stays that way. And it's a shame because you wish some things would happen more, but there's a lot going on, whether in regards to Social Security and then also as a younger generation and the numbers involved with that. And so just waiting for maybe someone who can find a happy medium and not get through with it. Because either way, on both sides of the ball, you just have a lot of bureaucratic red taping. And, I don't feel like I'm represented well by whether it's the candidates, the independent candidates, or if there is every now and again an independent candidate that I'm like, oh, they catch my eye,
In terms of your news sources, where do you get information to know about these candidates in terms of what they stand for, what they do?
It's not necessarily news sources. It's, I guess, more of if I'm looking at a potential certain issue, I'll look into that issue. I'll try to look for several different sources, whether I guess it's a heavy left or a heavy right, and then kind of try to find the happy medium. And maybe if I'm able to find something like there's a website called I think Even Ground or something like that, or it's something Ground, I can't remember off the top of my head, and see where they corroborate with that. Because obviously if you're going to a specific news source like your big medias, they will tend to lean certain one way or another, and I just don't really feel like having to believe all my eggs. I don't like having all my eggs from one basket. Cool. As I said, I'm not that big into politics. You know, I care more for what would affect me, what would affect my immediate loved ones, what would affect my my future career, things like that. So,
who are you voting for this next election?
Harris.
Why?
Anything but the orange one.
Why not Trump?
Why not?
Anything but the orange one. Yeah, he hit Trump and hurt his feelings, man. Yeah, those orange comments are the best, man. I tell y'all.
Because the anger that comes from that man's mouth, and to see the state of affairs via just words. So that's why.
How would you compare the last 4 years of Biden compared to the last 4 years of Trump?
I think both parties are the same. It's just corporations that run the show. Whatever they want is what they get. So it's not even a Republican-Democrat thing. If it was a Democrat speaking like he speaks, I'd vote for the other person. So.
But in terms of just like your personal life, in terms of like, let's say, inflation, cost of groceries, gas, just the things the four years compared to the last 4 years before that.
Well, the last 4 years where corporations took over everything. They got exactly what they wanted, from pharmaceuticals to the food corporation to this. So inflation, gas, petrochemicals, wow, hey, all this wonderful clean air. So I wouldn't blame that on administration. They got what they wanted. Pandemic, shutdown. And they're not coming back down.
What is the number one policy concern for you?
Policy concern? I'm going to be honest with you, the environment, but that's like way down here on Americans. Theirs is their pocketbook, which if you got used to running with at this age, I've seen recessions before. They don't even like to use that word. But trust me, this is a full-fledged recession because you really are watching eggs. 1 week is $2.50, next week is $5. Like, come on, hold on.
Do you believe whoever becomes president in the next term will be able to fix that?
No.
Why not?
I don't. Because like I said, once they got Food Corp, and they're starting to pay attention to this, they just finally caught on to Visa after 25 years of ripping everybody off trillions. So now we're at a point where these Food Corps got these prices up. Don't think they're coming down. Like, oh, we'll bring it down. You went up 300% and you came down 40 cents? Yeah, okay. Well, that's the common man doesn't have that extra, like not look at prices. They do. So what you're doing is cutting out, especially our dietary plan is so horrible in America, but you're cutting out things that really are essentials because it's up to them what price they want to give you. So if you have the 50 million, you could eat organic, you can go to the little markets, you could do okay, that's great. But the common person doesn't have that to pay the exuberant price anyway.
And you think Kamala speaks to the common person and will take care of the common person?
No. I don't.
Why not?
I think she's not removed from it, but I believe that she's concerned. I do believe she's concerned. I do believe that the way she presents herself is because everything's a 2 minute boom, 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 boom. So they can work her all different angles. I give her that. I like the positivity. But the positivity only goes to happy, that's feel-good politics. But that only goes so far.
You want results.
Yeah, exactly.
And what results would you speak to that Biden was able to accomplish that you're happy with?
Well, what he did is, and I will give him this. First of all, he's a kind man. He doesn't mess around. But he did pass policies, but they were worried about what dress the Judge Trump's. Like, really, doesn't anybody see this? That we are being so controlled by our media. Because who owns it? The corporations I'm talking about, the billionaire. So they're going to, because right now, I've never seen a president's race that looks like a game show. Stay tuned. Today she's 50%, tomorrow she's 48%. I'll cut us a break. Really?
Is there any world where you would vote for Trump?
No, I like that he said that, y'all. I like that part that he said. Sometimes these Trump deranged folks, they be up to something now. I'm telling you. These Trump derangers, I'm telling you. that TDS, it'll hit you, but some of them do be speaking a little game. You know, it is kind of a circus with what we're seeing with our corrupt media, and it's just corruption, man. It is very, very corrupt. You know, and when Trump calls out the corruption, you know, it makes it even more. You know, it's just bad man. You know.
No.
Who are you voting for in the next election?
Donald Trump.
How come?
I just like the way he's going. I just think he's going to fix the economy and everything. He's more business smart than Kamala.
And if you compare the last 4 years of Biden versus Trump, what stands out to you?
The economy, how everything's so expensive, how we're all going downhill, and I think Trump will bring us back up again.
And in terms of the number one policy, what is that for you? Concern, just like what's the thing that's gonna like?
I think the prices today, right now, no one can live. The price of housing, the price of food, the price of everything. So,
are you noticing any trends at all with Northampton County in particular, with who people are voting for? Because Pennsylvania is such a swing state.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I don't see anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And is it just people that you work with, family, like
people we work with, family?
Did they vote for Biden in the last election? Now they're unhappy and they're going Trump, or how was it?
I think everybody.
I'm not sure.
Trump.
Yeah. Everybody I know voted for Trump last time, and he lost to Biden.
Yeah, but basically, they're saying we know what happened at 3:00 at night. We know what happened when the paperwork came back. When we caught them rescanning. when they had they had to keep counting. We know what happened at 3:00 in the morning. Hey, 81 million votes. 81 million. A cheap fake, a deep fake.
So.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
And the economy went to shit. I think Trump is going to bring it back. Trump has to bring it back. I don't believe that anybody else can fix it. Especially like China and everybody. Trump's friends with all them. Definitely going to bring it back.
Who are you ladies voting for this next election?
Kamala Harris.
I knew it.
I hate Donald Trump.
That was the first reason. Trump deranged. Before, you know what's crazy? Before he even asked him, I said they probably Kamala Harris voters. They look like Trump haters. You know, every now and then we'll get something. It's just I can feel the energy through the screen. We just hate Donald Trump. Bad man, orange man. The Cheeto Puff. That's what I don't know. They call him all kind of things, man. You know.
And I think her projects for inflation and immigration and abortion are more on my ideas of what things should run like.
We got to stop the hate in this country, and I don't think we'll get that with Mr. Trump. Kamala Harris seems to have some new, fresh ideas, and it's more about unifying the country.
New, fresh ideas. An opportunity economy. That she grew up in the middle class. But hey, we have some new ideas with Kamala Harris. You know.
Instead of tearing it apart.
What about the people that say that she was in office for the last 4 years, and that the last 4 years with inflation going up as well as interest rates, the price of food, all those things, that she won't be able to accomplish that?
Well, inflation is going down right now, and we just had a cut in interest rates. So
relative to the
where's she living at? Can we sign up? Can I go over there? Somebody sign me up. Where they cutting them interest rates at? Where's the stuff that's coming down in price? Please, somebody lead me. Well, you know, what Pennsylvania? Where them Pennsylvanians at? Is the interest rates are down over there? Y'all let me know. I'll leave Houston, Texas right now. I will leave Houston right now.
it's been a cut, but relative to where it was?
Well, I think she inherited a pretty crappy economy coming off COVID. You know, and she's not the president, so she doesn't make all the decisions. She's the vice president. So I think the decisions she'll be able to make as president are a lot different than the ones she was able to make as vice president.
And then in terms of that number one concern for just you guys on a personal level, not being like the overarching big policies, what is that number one concern?
That a woman's body is hers and does not belong to the government.
That would be mine too.
What do you say to the people where they say that the policy of abortion, Trump and Kamala have the same abortion policy?
There's no way they have the same abortion policy, because she wants to overturn Roe versus Wade and put it back the way it was. He's given it to the states.
No, we had a cut. Some people saying, Rick, this is like coming a men versus women election. Haven't y'all been hearing that a lot? And they're like, there's just no way men is going to sit back and watch this take place. Except for those beta males. The men of this country are going to take back this country. Oh, man. But everybody's been slamming that in the comments. We've had even officials and top people say this, you know, with the women and men, you know, but again, they've been brainwashing and free and spreading all these lies, you know, on abortion, on this, on that, you know, women's rights. He's going to take your rights. He's going to do this and that. He's going to be a dictator on day one. You know, all this lies and all this brainwashing crap.
And the states have then put more guidelines of, you know, in between rape and incest, and at what point you can have an abortion and things like that.
And you'd rather have it on the federal level than the state level?
I would rather have it on the federal level, yeah.
Agreed.
Who are you voting for this next election?
Donald Trump.
Why?
I mean, you look at Kamala Harris, and I'm just not about it. She talks about all the things that she's going to do while she's in office right now.
Who'd you vote for in 2020?
Donald Trump.
And in this election, what is your number one concern?
Keeping the economy good. I want a good economy. I don't want to spend more at the grocery store, and yeah.
And is it close, like, because you live in a swing state here in Pennsylvania, is it close that you're voting for Trump, or is it by a landslide? Like, how far is the margin off from you voting a Democrat versus a Republican?
It depends. We don't have a good option here either way, but you look at the two different people on their policies and not who they are as individuals, and I'm going Republican.
Who are you guys voting for in the next election?
The lady.
Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris, yes.
How come?
Because I don't want to have this felon back in the White House.
In terms of the number one policy concern, what is your number one policy concern?
Peace.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's a felon. A convicted felon, yeah. Yeah. They come after their political opponent, man. They could have came years ago. Sham trials, you know. But old Trump did this and that. You know. They tried everything, man. Assassination attempts, you know, impeached, jail. I mean, you name it. Raids, you know. They've tried everything with President Trump, man. But that fella said the woman, not the felon, the woman. Oh, man. This is getting good, man.
I think if Trump gets back in, all hell will break loose.
All hell has already broken loose. Does this fella know where he's at or what's going on? Tell you, boy, them Biden voters, man, I'm telling you. Some of them don't even know what's going on or what year it is.
So I think with Kamala, we're going to have a peaceful country, and we'll be much happier citizens.
What about interest rates, the economy, foreign policy, one of those specific policies?
They're coming down right now. They're going to continue to come down. A president doesn't have control over that.
And in terms of your guys' news sources, where do you guys get your information?
Some local news. The Morning Call I subscribe to here, but we watch ABC News.
Yeah, ABC. Rigged debate. Moderators, 3 verse 1. Yeah. They've said it all. The woke media. The fake news. The enemy of the people. Yeah. ABC. And now ABC has lost, what, almost 30% of their viewership since that debate. They're losing credibility. Yep. ABC, there you go.
We watch them all, really, depending on who's doing what.
You're not voting? How come?
Just not.
There was a gun to your head and you had to choose one, who would you vote for?
Trump.
Why?
I just like him better. He was proven better than when he was in office. Things were just better.
And have you always been a registered independent?
No.
What have you been?
I didn't vote.
In the 2020 election, you didn't vote? 2016?
Nope.
And the main reason?
Not into politics.
What is your number one concern? If you have a president coming in there, like, what is your concern in terms for this country, your well-being, your family's well-being? What would that be?
As of right now, probably our safety. With people coming into this country, illegals, migrants, our economy, America first. That's what I prefer.
Do you believe Biden in the last 4 years did a good job with any of those things?
No.
And then Trump, what did you think?
Well, I feel like Trump has already been proven. He's already been in office 4 years. Kamala, everything they're saying that they're gonna do or fix, they had a chance to do it in these last 3.5 years and haven't done it.
What would it take for you to go to one of those polls and put in your vote? If there was something that was on the line, your family's safety, in terms of your well-being, in interest rates.
Oh, that's a good question.
The economy,
you have a Trump supporter, and the reason why he wants to support Trump is an amazing reason, and why a lot of people are actually going to the ballot box. But man, he said and again, we've heard this from tons of people that say, you know, I'm not voting. I either don't like either candidate, but you know, I do like Trump on this and that. But I'm not voting.
Is there something that would get you there where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna put something in the ballot, I'm gonna write someone's name down, and it's because of this?
Honestly, I'm leaning more towards Trump. So if I do go, I'm gonna go for Trump, only because everything was just felt better and was better when Trump was in office. It's just for that simple reason. That's why I would vote for him. And Kamala and Biden have been in office, and I feel like she can't explain why. All the questions that she's been asked, she can't give a solid answer. She just can't give us an answer.
Man.
And that's enough for me. She doesn't know what she's going to do for this country, and that's enough for me to vote for Trump.
Who are you going to be voting for in the next few weeks in this election?
Donald Trump will be president.
How come?
Because he is. He's got to put the U.S. back on the track again. We got too much idiots in the world. Joe Biden was one of them.
And the last 4 years compared to the last 4 years of Trump, what about the last 4 years stands out that you're unhappy with?
Hey, he just took the economy. Joe Biden took the economy away. He gave all the money to every country around.
Oh,
Donald
boy.
Trump is going to say no. Now, or all our businesses and companies are going to go back from Japan, so the whole work will be in the U.S. So people can work in the U.S. and pay their bills.
And let me ask you, in terms of policy.
Bless that man right there, man. I can just see his, I could just pick up on things that are going on. Just wishing the best for that fella there, man. I want to send my love and prayers to him. Never know what somebody's going through, man, especially in the times that we're living in, y'all. You know, people are struggling, man. You know, people are on the street, people are homeless. You know, veterans, man, people, you know, that have made the ultimate sacrifice, man, that are struggling. You know, look where our tax dollars are going. Look what they're funding. You know, wars, no peace, man. Can't make it up, man.
Let's see, what's your number one concern when it comes to this upcoming election? Did you vote for?
Nope. Sorry, no. One crook in, one crook out. You look at, you had freaking Clinton, he screwed up. Then you had Joe Biden. They got rid of Trump, and then Joe Biden stepped in. What happened? The United States went to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to get him out.
And when you get information in terms of trying to learn about each candidate, where do you go for your sources? What's your news and media?
Mine, I go through Channel 69 News. That's where they have everything. I don't even watch the election. I never voted in my life. And when Donald Trump went in the first time, I was working at a gas station in Belvedere, and the dude turned around and he looked at me. He says, "Who do you think's going to be president?" "Did you vote, Davis?" "No, Donald Trump." Next day, he had to come in and fuel up. Because how'd you know? That's because I know what's right and what's wrong. This economy is going to hell. Donald Trump's he's giving another $2,500 stimulus. That's his first priority. So everybody in the U.S. will get free $2,500. He already promised that. So if you look at it, yeah, we have to have it. You got 850 people in Jersey homeless, and you got 550 in Easton. Why is this? And then now they're making more apartments, and then people can't afford it. And they're not worried about the veterans and anything else. That's wrong.
Yeah.
They're human just like we are.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know that Northampton County is one of the most important counties for the Pennsylvania election?
Yep.
Last time it was won by Joe Biden by less than 1%, and the before that it was Trump.
Yeah.
How do you think Northampton County is going to vote this year?
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Joe Biden, he's done. He did his 4 years. Donald Trump did his 4 years, but they're going to give it back another election. So it's going to be Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and I forget the girl's name.
Harris?
Yeah. She won't get it either. But yeah, I'm from Northampton County. I'm a boy. I grew up in Jersey. I'm a firefighter. So I know what's going to go.
Yeah.
So I had another dude coming around 4 times a week. "You want to vote? You want to vote?" I said, "Why me one vote ain't going to cost the world the rest. If you put everybody together, you might make a nation." So you figure right there.
Man, I tell you, man. Bless that man and his family. I know, again, we never know what people are going through, man, especially in these times. But what an amazing video. And again, huge shout out to my brother. I will leave the link in the description box down below for y'all to check out his channel. But man, hopefully we get another video and maybe get to talk to some more undecided voters and, you know, swing state voters. But Pennsylvania, man, we need Pennsylvania, y'all. And we do encourage everybody to go out and vote, man. It has to be too big to rig. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by and enjoying this amazing video. Just keeping it real, man. You know, it's corrupt. We're in a corrupt scam of a matrix, man. You know. But God bless you all and your families. And I will catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, y'all.